get big half halts before I ask for them to try to get her thinking first.
Also, that could be training in the ring, so you do this just as practice at home.
What's that now?
Wouldn't that be training in the, well, not your commands. But
For
I
what?
mean, if you adjusted your position to get the dog's attention, would that be considered training in the ring?
If you just...
Let's say she's not paying attention.
Yes.
So you took a couple steps forward to get her
You're
head.
fine.
That's still fine?
What you can't do in the ring is go back
can't
to
go
them
back
and
to
lead
her.
back out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Good, good.
You can get closer and closer. Now, depending on if they have a delay of start penalty, and some, big shows usually do because they need it to move along. They can call you if you take too long futzing around at the start. So that you could get penalized for. But other than that, moving closer and closer to the dog is never the penalty. It's if you go to them and then try to lead back out.
Okay. Another question. Do you have a favorite? Now, this may be more breed related.
Yes.
But when you put your dog in a position to start, do you prefer a sit or a down?
That's a really good question.
I've asked a lot of handlers that too, and they don't really have an answer. I'm trying to get in the shades.
What my answer is I prefer a sit, but what I do is I let the dog pick, and what they pick, they have to stay with it. They don't get to change their mind. So I kind of watch in the initial phases what they're most comfortable doing. Bird like to stand. Maverick, a dog I had, liked to lay down. Ernie and Jamie like to sit.
So you would have like a sit, stand, and then release, or look at the, where's your jump? And then they check back in with you again?
Yes, usually.
Okay.
Yep, they
And then
usually
you
do.
give your release work.
Yes. Yes. I like to sit simply because of where it puts the engine.
I was just going to say, because the engine is in
Now
the
they
rear
are
side.
in a position to explode. But when I'm asking them to change positions, where do I leave them in what position? I leave them in the position that is the stay position.
Okay.
And that really is kind of individual, but you're not allowed to change your mind.
Yeah.
You know, you're not allowed to say, sit. No, I really like down. No, I think I like stand. No. And it's usually the position is for your career.
Right.
Yeah, Zorro chose stand.
Yeah. Blue chose stand. I'm like, okay. And my rule for that was your front feet can't go forward. I'm okay with that.
See, the kid's at both of them. He can sit or stand, and I just watch him to see where I have more connection.
Correct.
And then,
If he doesn't care, I'd pick the sit.
Okay.
Because now you have the engine in the back, and they can go forward faster more soon.
That was my thought too.
Sooner. Yeah, there's a word.
Then we have the border collie people whose engines all over.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, I started out with a sit, and she was very twitchy with the sit. And then for an experiment, I tried down.
Yeah.
And she was much better at the start.
That's why it's individual. I don't care. I mean, ultimately, I want it to be something that they can do, and it's not. You know, I don't want burning up all their neurons just in trying to hold this position that's hard for them to do.
Right.
So if they have one that's pretty rock solid that they like, that's going to be less of a battle, I don't have to win every war. Okay.
So what was the order again that you give when you walk out and you're getting ready to start?
Okay.
I
get the leash
just
off.
wanted to write down
I
your
get
order.
the leash off as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because my dogs are horrible on leash, and they're so much better off leash. So I get that off as fast as I can. And then meanwhile, Jamie's bouncing around with the basketball. I'm like, knock it off. There she is. And if you ever see me lead out with that border collie and you hear her go, whoa, you hear that? You want to watch that one because it's going to be wild. Whenever I hear that woof, I'm like, oh, shit. It's on. Okay, so she's bouncing around. Close. I get wherever I want her to be. Line her up. Close. Good. Sit. Here's your jump. Yes. Sit. Walk out. I look. I want to know if they break. Good. And this is part of it. Ready? Ready?
That's not a
Sit.
release word for you?
Ready? No. No, I'm daring them.
Good.
Ready? And I smile. I do.